What's up, real ones? It's your host, Rueben. I don't dodge the tough questions, and I'm never afraid to speak the truth. If you're new here, welcome. We celebrate stories, unpack the hard stuff, and talk about the things that actually shape us. So take a breath and lean in. This is Getting Real. Getting Real. Getting Real. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Getting Real with Rueben. I'm so excited about today's episode. It's been a long time coming, but before we jump into who we have as guests today, I felt important to chat about local business. And I think that that's a huge topic that I think people just throw around these days and talk about how we need to support local. And there's a lot of talk and no walk. I think that there are so many businesses with stories within our city, within our communities, whether you're in San Antonio or not. And I just think that we need to do a better job as a community, right? To really voice our opinion and our love for the small businesses. And who we have on the pod today is not so much, I wouldn't even say a small business because they've grown immensely over the years. But just remember that kindness goes a long way as well. And if you don't have the money for it or you don't have the funds, a like or a share or a suggestion to your friends or to your family, it goes a long way. So I just wanted to start the podcast by saying that supporting local is not just something you talk about, it's something that you live by. So with that being said, before we jump into the podcast, we have a few messages from our sponsor for today.
This episode of Getting Real with Rueben is sponsored by Texas Quality Prosthetics. It's where compassion meets innovation. They are amazing at what they do. So if you know a family member or friend who is suffering from any limb in their body that is needing a prosthetic, Texas Quality Prosthetics is the way to go.
All right. So we got to get right into this episode because if you know me, I love to ramble and we could go on for days, but I'm excited to welcome a few guests today. They are here representing one of my favorite local businesses here in San Antonio. If you don't know about Karolina's Antiques, then you've been living under a rock during Fiesta. You've been living under a rock during Mexican Independence. You've been living under a rock. I mean, if you love Hello Kitty, you've been living under a rock because this family has turned this business, or in my opinion, has turned the boutique business upside down in San Antonio. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome some representatives of Karolina's Antiques. Thank you guys for coming.
Hey, we're excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you guys. So we'll start, Uriel, we'll start with you. If you don't know who he is, he also goes by the Huntysaurus. Again, you've been living under a rock, but go ahead and tell everyone what you do and who you are.
Okay, so my name's Uriel. I am one of the co-owners of Karolina's. I am the eldest son, and so I help manage everything, the social media, the store, everything. I do it all.
Yeah.
I'm also a social media presence or content creator, as you say, and as the Huntysaurus, and that's all Disney and local San Antonio and just a little bit of everything sprinkled here and there. So
all right, Mom.
Hi, my name is Maria Vega. I'm the CEO of Karolina's Antiques, and I'm here to enjoy with Rueben.
Yes, I'm so excited. So I want to kind of start off, and I wanted to tell you this before we started filming, but I wanted to wait for this moment. So when I actually got the idea of Getting Real, you were actually the reason. You are and I'm not making this up. Everyone knows it in my small circle. The day, and I don't remember, do you remember why I came that? It was the very first time I think I ever came, or the second time I ever came, but it was probably, I was doing a giveaway, or I don't know if I was shopping, but then
I think you was doing a giveaway.
I think so, yeah. And I remember buying some things, I don't remember what, and then I was gonna leave, and you gave me a free Sarape shirt. Still have it to this day, but when I was there, I got to talk to you, and I don't even know how we started talking. I think you had to help a customer, and then you were kind of standing around, and I introduced myself to you, and then I learned your story, and it stuck with me, and it like weighed on my heart in the sense of like, we've been doing a disservice, I think, to you guys as a family because we don't know that story, right? Like we know, I know you guys have, been interviewed by the news, and there's been a lot of talk, and you've done some interviews here and there. But like we've never been able to really just know who you are. And like as the matriarch of a huge entity in San Antonio, I think that like we owe that to you. So you were the catalyst as to deciding like, okay, I need to start telling people stories. And that's how Getting Real with Rueben was created. Literally, it's been in the works for a very long time because I didn't know if I wanted it to be a podcast, a YouTube channel, if I was just going to do things on socials. Like I didn't know. And then this all happened. And now here you guys are. So I'm so happy that you're here.
And thank you for having us. And it's an honor to me They you say that because it's my first interview.
Really?
I never do this before.
Yeah.
And they try to invite me, but mostly the guys, they're the face of the shop. And they've been doing that forever. So I'm just like, okay, I just want to go do the inspection and then see how they're going to talk, what they're going to say. And that's my first interview. I really
I'm happy to be your first interview. And I know it's so funny because when I reached out to you, I was like, Uriel's going to be like, what the hell? Like, why don't you want me? Because of course, right? He's the content creator. He is the star, I would say, right? Like, no offense to your other siblings, but like, right? Like that's what he does, right? So when I thought about it, I was like, no. And I wanted to bring Uriel because I wanted you to feel comfortable and have that support, because doing this by yourself can be scary, right? So we'll start off by this. For anyone that doesn't know, which I'm sure a lot of people don't, and if you don't know, you need to get on it. How did Karolina start? If I'm not mistaken, it started just with Antique Shop.
No, I started the business like 25 years ago, 27 years ago. And there was just like part-time, like I want to get interested in something. My husband, my second marriage, my husband, he don't let me work. So he said, no, you have to stay in the house, take care of the kids and everything. I say, no, I can stay in the house. I have to do something. Yeah. So I start little by little in the flea market. Okay. And from there, I opened a shop called Samantha. Okay. And I stay in that one for 3-4 years. And then I go back to the flea market, and then I open another shop right there in the flea market. Yeah. So that was more big.
Which flea market were you at?
Northwest.
Okay.
They don't exist.
Yeah.
So I go back and I open a big shop, and there was like 3,000 square feet. That was a big shop. Wow. So from there, they say, okay, we're going to close the shop, and we go. By the time they close there, we have the shop already in the corner of Fulton and Blanco. Wow. Okay. Karolina. Yeah. And the name of Karolina says my mom's name. Okay. And she's not with us anymore, but she enjoyed a lot of the times there. So.
Okay. So she got to see it.
Yes,
when it started.
And she used to love to come to the shop, and she loved jewelry, so she used to love jewelry.
Okay, so that's probably where your children get it from. Okay.
And from yes, and then from there, we just closed the other shop because they sell the property. Something I barely remember. And I was trying to come in the shop in the corner, but most of the time, the guys always set up the shop. They made their own customers. So I was like, I don't feel like that was my thing. Yeah. I'm old school, so I like to talk to people and give the pilon and talk to and raise prices, low prices. So I like to interacting with customers. So that was more like their shop. But I still keep management everything and try to be behind scenes. Yeah. And then a lot of people know me, and I'm always around the shop. Yeah. So, but I always supervising everything, and the guys pretty much run the show there.
Yeah. And when she says the guys, she means Uriel and his brother. And so let's talk about that. So mom is CEO, and I know that your brother does a lot of designing. Yes. Do you correct me if I'm wrong? You do have hands in some of the designing of shirts as well, too, right?
Yeah. So me and my brother kind of like throw ideas at each other. Usually I literally will dream the ideas. Sometimes I'll do a horrible sketch that he always makes fun of. And then he will put his twist or add whatever he needs to add or bring it to life. And then, he designs it at the end of the day. Because we all have a little artistic in us because my stepdad was an artist. So, and he's the one who raised us. So all of us have a little bit. My brother's like the one.
In his blood.
It's in him, and then my youngest brother who's a tattoo artist. So them two, it's like in their blood. So
you didn't get the full.
I mean,
gene.
I had to let them have something, Ruben. You can't have it all. You know what I mean?
Okay, wait. So you're not as far as like drawing, that's not your thing.
I mean,
you're more of the creative in your head, and cool,
I do like some rough sketching. I'll try. I do like it. I do like it. I'm not terrible. Yeah, okay. But I'm nowhere like my brothers at all. But yeah. So like sometimes sometimes he'll take it and he'll do something completely different, but it'll inspire something in him to design a different thing. So, but normally it's both me and him. And then sometimes we have to bring her in because she'll be like, no, I don't like that at all. Okay.
Oh, so there are times that it just doesn't make the cut.
No.
And you're honest, obviously, right?
Yeah,
like you'll say like absolutely
I have
not.
to be honest.
Okay, good.
But recently there's been times where it's like we really believe in it.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, fine, do it.
And you're like, she's like, it better sell.
Yeah. And that basically at the end of the day.
Yeah. Like if it doesn't sell, it's your ass.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And okay, so
it's not easy.
No,
I was supposed to say I was just about to say that like I can't. My husband and I do real estate together, and I want to strangle him.
Yeah.
I'm also the team lead, so I'm more of like in your shoes. I want to strangle him sometimes, but it's because you're so comfortable with each other. You don't hold anything back.
Exactly.
And that can be detrimental sometimes, but that's why y'all are so close, I would imagine, because you have to have a strong bond, you know what I mean, to not let that be broken. You know what I mean?
And then people are always like, oh, it must be so easy to have your mom as your boss. I'm like, no, it's worse than having a regular boss because they're going to tell you whatever the heck they want.
And guess what? This lady knows where I live.
Exactly. And then at the end of the day, I had to deal with her after hours too. So it's like, no, it's not. It's actually like, I feel like it's twice as much work, right? Because you're trying to navigate through people's feelings and in your feelings. And like, it gets really personal really fast.
Take a deep breath, like, I don't want to be mad at my mom. You know what I mean? She's not my mom right now. She's my boss or whatever.
Boss, yeah. But she is.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way to separate it. Yeah. So it's hard, and it's something that's we're constantly working on and navigating. We've gotten better because before.
Yeah, because I don't go to the shop anymore the way I used to.
As much,
go.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why they got better.
She's given us
a little free reign, a little bit,
a little more free reign, but still, then me and Anthony will.
Then
we'll clash.
You're butting heads for something.
Yeah, because then she'll like have me
deliver
the news, and then I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I'm just
you're like, don't kill the messenger.
Yeah, exactly.
And plus, it's not easy. It's not easy, Ruben, when you have like 3 people try to do things. Sometimes we fight.
Yeah.
And Anthony sometimes he run out of.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of here. I'm done with it. Yeah.
And 3 hours later, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be there in the morning. I say, oh, I thought you were gonna leave already. So I was crying over here, and no, but it's hard.
We've had our Kardashian.
Right, I was just about to say, like y'all all have pretty thick skin. So like it's no,
we're all real sentidos,
really,
real sensitive.
But you give like chingona vibes, like don't fuck with me, I'll fuck anyone up.
She's
like
a Pisces girl.
Oh,
she's a Pisces.
Wow,
she gets her feelings hurt.
I never would have thought that.
She gets her feelings hurt.
No, I very bossy.
Okay.
I'm really I like things and good, and I like everything.
Structure, black and white.
And I one of those. I'm just walking and see the defects right away, and they're saying, "Why you don't see? We fix all this, and you just see the little basurita on the floor." I was, no, it's what is that?
Yeah, that catches your attention first before all the beautiful
and then
things.
I go to the other shop, and it's like, so I'm really like bossy.
Yeah. So okay, talk to me about the other shop. Because I think a lot of people only focus on, for the most part, they only focus on the main shop where the clothing is and the jewelry. But y'all have the other shop that has true antiques. So talk to me about that. Like what started first?
The where the guys are as Karolina's Antiques. They're always been like 20 years in the same place, and I used to have everything in that one. But we used to run the whole building. Then we sized down because we don't want to work anymore too much, and it was worse.
Yeah,
we was really busy, thank God. And then 3 years ago, they offered the other shop, and they don't want to have any more antiques. Antiques, they're always like sell by depends on time of the year.
Yeah.
And they're more slow.
Yeah, it's like it has to season and sit until the right buyer comes.
And then after the pandemic, everything changed. So they say, oh, Mom, I don't want any more antiques. But that is my thing.
That's your passion.
So I was like, no. And God is so good with me. So they call me one day and they say, you know what? They have this place over here and they want to see if you want it.
Yeah.
They want to give you the first chance. I say, yes. I was not even ready.
Yeah. You just said yes.
So yes, I go for it. And we opened like 3 years ago. We've been having a lot of trouble there because we don't have the people to run the shop. And they say, Mom, if you want to do that, you're going to stay there.
Because it's such a struggle, I would imagine.
Neither one
of
us, me or Anthony, want to go over there. Because it's not
it's not your thing.
It's not our thing.
Yeah.
We've already built Karolina's the way we like it, molded it, the things that we like, we sell and all that.
Yeah.
And so we're like, we don't want to.
You would have to essentially start all over, but not even start over because it's a whole nother niche, right? Like,
I mean, we could because we used to do it.
You will do it, yeah.
But we don't want to. And so, we told her, like, if you're going to open that, that's all
your
you,
thing.
girl.
Yeah.
That's you.
Don't look at
you
me.
And my dad. Like,
And,
and
so, that's weird because when I don't want to go, I tell my husband, you have to go.
Yeah, he's the one that's always there.
I don't like to be enclosed.
Okay.
I like to be free out there. Yeah. So I'm the one to shop for everything. Every little single thing they have to go through me. And then when the guy say, I'm going to bring a new product, I have to approve it.
I love that. I literally did not know that. I just thought.
Me, I have to be like, I have to see everything.
Yeah, even like I said, even the designs and everything. Me and Anthony could work on a design and then send it to her and she'll be like, I don't like that.
And you're like, we really just worked on that for a week or whatever.
Well, Anthony mostly.
He does like on the iPad.
Like,
and side note, I saw Anthony talking. Are you going to Cowboy Carter?
Yes.
This is going to air after Cowboy Carter, so screw all of you that got to go because I'm not going. But I saw him on his iPad like designing. On TikTok, I think he posted it. And I didn't know that. I knew that he was, inclined as far as like art because you had told me that he designs the shirts, but I didn't know it's to that extent. Like even with fashion, like just really putting things together, which is really cool.
We start doing the shirts and the shop.
We
have a little room and I buy the Cricut and I start there.
He used to do them with the Cricut he used to design it and then he would have it cut with the Cricut and then he would peel it all. And
like,
then he
look
would
how far y'all come, dude.
And now we get them screen printed.
One day they say like, oh, mom, it's not the way we can gonna produce so many t-shirts.
We couldn't keep up.
There's no way. I had a Cricut, let me tell you, for a little bit during COVID.
We was doing that for 6 months or maybe a year.
That's a long time for the Cricut thing.
We couldn't keep up. Like our shirts kept selling out.
And I'm sure like the quality, because with the Cricut you can only get to a certain,
people
they still come in with those shirts. It'll be a black and white.
Wow, so then y'all really were doing it
black
right.
and white como la flor, the little Audrey 2 one. They'll walk in and I'm like, that's the OG right there.
Wow.
People still, they held up. I don't know.
And we still have the room the same way. Right?
Really? Yeah. Even though y'all don't use it as much? Y'all don't screen print your own things, right?
No.
I wish.
Wow. So
it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and it's also like it's like a job. Like there's a lot of labor in it.
And honestly, Ruben, I think they take us so long to realize we grow up a lot. So for us, it's like our house, and it's like we love to do this, and we start from scratch. Everything.
Yeah.
And by the time we realize, it's like, oh wow. Or when people, I used to sit down in one corner, and people used to ask me, "How do you do all this?" And I was like, "What do you mean all this?" I mean, I love what I do, so it's for me it's not work.
It. Yeah.
And one day I really realize how much we grow in business, because this is a family business.
Yeah.
Even if I'm the one to jail and everything else, everybody have something on that channel.
Yeah. Like y'all have ownership of it.
Yeah, I have Uriel. He runs the social media. He's in charge of a lot of the stuff. Then Anthony design everything. My husband do the maintenance and the hard work. He do everything, and I spend the money.
You have the easy job, the fun job. Well, I will say too, to your point, the shop can't run without one of you. If one of you had to take a leave of absence, if you will, you would feel it. You know what I mean? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about leave of absences, because I think this is one of the main reasons I wanted you on the podcast, because with everything going on in the world right now, again, I'm not just saying this. When I started to see everything with the Trump administration and all the ICE stuff, and I remember hearing you telling me and seeing on socials when you got your citizenship here, and then you told me about your story. So I feel like it's important to chat about that, even if for a little bit, if you're comfortable with it, because correct me if I'm wrong, when you moved here, it wasn't as easy, and you look what you've done.
Yes.
So I think there's this stigma of people that are immigrating to our country that are certain ways, but like this is case in point that there's someone who is bettered not just themselves but the community.
Yes.
So like, what did that look like for you when you first moved here?
When I moved over here in the 1985, we was like set up like we just gonna come over here and work.
Yeah.
No school.
Head down, get work for money and food.
So I come straight over here. My sister was here, so I was with her. And I was like 17, 19 years old.
And why did you come though? What was there?
Because that is
That was just what you did.
Yeah. And it's most of the time in Mexico, it's like, okay, as soon as you reach certain age, you're going to go and work over there. So we pretty much like brainwashed.
Yeah, and you were forced to. It was like, oh, we got to go.
Actually, it's not forced because my dad used to be engineer.
Okay.
We was like, not like, we come from a good family.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to be engineer he used to work for the city.
Okay, cool.
And my mom was like, oh, she's staying home.
Yeah.
But we was not like really like we need to.
Yeah.
It's part of culture, I guess. Yeah. And it's what a lot of people they don't get it. We don't come sometimes because we really need it.
Yeah.
And make money. And sometimes it's like it's something in the culture, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it was passed down. It was taught. It's just learned.
And then my sister was here and she was like, okay, come over here, you stay with me. I was like, okay, I go. And I just stay here.
Mm.
I got married. I have my 3 kids, and then I get married again, and I stay in the house. But pretty much I come to work in the houses.
Okay.
Cleaning.
Yeah.
Or babysitting
yeah.
kids. And I used to work like that. I still pass by the house I used to work.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I showed them everything. So and that was a hard time for us too because I remember we used to go to Solo Sir in downtown.
Yeah.
Cres or something like that. There was a lot of shops in downtown, and they don't let people speak Spanish. So that was hard for us to go shopping.
And you didn't know any English at the time?
Till today.
Wow. No, you know.
Well, her and my stepdad, when they met at their job, my stepdad knew no Spanish and she knew no English. And language of love, girl.
30 years later, we're here.
I didn't know that
part. They didn't. Neither one knew the other's language.
And now he knows Spanish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He speaks writing and reading.
What?
Very well.
I need to take whatever class he took.
Yeah.
They love.
Wow. Yeah, well, he had to, right? Like he ain't gonna eat if he don't know Spanish.
But that's what I tell the kids now. It's like there used to be worse.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Now it's social media. You find out more often the contents and everything before. No.
Yeah.
But there used to be like, when I moved to the corner of Karolina's, I used to have like, getting all these people telling me things like, what are you doing here? You not belong to this neighborhood. Why you bring your things over here? I get to the point I have to send a lawyer to tell them to stop harassing.
Really?
They're calling her a wetback and like all this stuff. Yeah.
So it's like, I see all these things like, I lived this before, so it's normal to me.
What's happening right now is not new to you,
no,
which is unfortunate.
At all. Because I'm still going to go to places and I still want to hear that.
Right, even today.
And I've been living here, 40 years, a little bit more than 40 years.
Wow.
So this is not new to me. Today, we have a lot of people there. They know I'm Hispanic, and every time they go to the shop, they're expecting like a other person running the shop. I don't want to be so like...
No, yeah.
And they're surprised. What do you mean you own this shop? No, there can be. You're not. And now it's more open for people. Yeah. Now it's more
it's more accepted, and people have their eyes are open now because...
But I'm still getting those messages. I'm still like...
Really?
For me, it's like nothing new.
Wow. Do you feel, or both of you actually, do y'all feel... I feel like I've seen, obviously, I know you do. Do you feel a sense of responsibility with everything that's happening right now? Do you feel like, oh, hell no, like I'm going to go to the march because those are my people or do you feel like, to your point right now, you were like, well, this isn't new. This has been happening.
I wish I can be more involved and active like with the community. Because I know it's not voices out there.
Yeah.
From the real people, the real need the help.
Yep.
I guess a lot of people there have the access to the social media. What about the people that don't have the access?
That don't have a phone.
Media? Yeah. And that people exist too.
Yep. There's a lot more of those people, I think.
And to me, I think I was talking to you, and we tried to figure out this for a year, more than a year.
Yeah.
And I was telling my sons, you know what? I think I'm ready. And it's like, this opportunity you give me is like open the doors for me for a lot of things.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. And hopefully this is like the catalyst or like the starting point of whatever's next. And speaking of, you said that you're not going to be here forever, like as far as here, right?
Yeah.
You have plans to move, right?
Yes.
And so have you always had those plans? And
I always have those in my mind.
Okay.
I never thought they're gonna come true.
Yeah.
And then finally 2 years ago I had the chance to move back to my place and live around my nephew and my sister. And I travel a lot over there, but I think I'm not ready to move over there.
Okay,
Because
but you like to just go and be there for, how long do you go for? Like a week?
For a week, 3 days, 4 days. Depends. Every chance I have, I run over there.
And where in Mexico do you go
Piedras
to?
Negras.
Oh, okay, so not far.
Well, I'm originally from San Luis Potosí.
Oh, okay, got it.
And my mom used to be from San Luis, and my dad used to be from Nayarit. So we travel to see the family every year.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes she'll go on vacation for like
and do you
a
go?
month. Girl, no. I gotta work.
True. Yeah, because if she's gone, y'all are holding down.
Yeah. And I take on whatever she normally does, like going to get new merchandise and
restocking
paying,
whatever.
Doing all this stuff. So I do whatever she needs.
Wow.
So I don't get to go. She's promised that she's going to take me to Mexico City. Like, I don't know,
a million times,
like forever. She's promised that she's going to take me.
But because we don't have the help.
Yeah.
Now my daughter moved. My son-in-law was retiring from the service, and they moved back to San Antonio, and she's more like active with us.
Yeah, she's starting to get into business again.
The job, and now she's getting more involved. So they have the chance to travel with me or without me.
Have y'all ever hired employees that are not family?
Yes.
And did it work?
A very handful of times, but it was just
just never
seasonal.
Works. Oh, okay.
Like
when you know Fiesta,
got it. Christmas,
interesting.
But yeah, it's hard because people like think that you're friends and like they don't want you to tell them anything or whatever. They think it's just going to be like hanging out, and it's like.
And not just that, I think for us to give the power to someone else of the things we've been doing for years
is hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's hard. It's like, not just like maybe some people that want to come and work and they want to do good with us working and everything and get involved. It's us. I think it's us because we've been working together for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
And then it's hard for us to delegate.
Just give it, baby,
but also too, it's not that. And now that I'm thinking of it, it's not so much that y'all need someone at the register. That is easy. It's not. I mean, I would imagine there are times when your shop is jam packed, and that's overwhelming. But it's more y'all more need help back of house, right? I would imagine like making sure everything is stocked, making sure like there's ends of the business. Whereas like I would imagine when the shop does get packed, that is overwhelming, right? But it's nothing that you can't handle in that moment. You kind of turn and burn and get them checked out. It's more so you need the assistance all around, like, not just sitting there checking someone out.
Moving.
I think it's a lot of work. People don't have idea. And I started the time when I was struggling. I started my business with $50 in my hand. And then now I see things and I see all these videos and how we started, and it's like, how I did all this. It's why people ask me. It's why people ask me in that time, how do you do?
You're like, I don't know.
Because I didn't know nothing about loans. I didn't know nothing about credit cards. I didn't know nothing about
accounting.
I don't know nothing about financial.
Yeah.
And it's like, we stayed like that, for 15 years? Struggling.
Everything we should pay everything cash herself.
I was so blessed to have a lot of people that help me through the process. And then the guys sometimes they don't have a paycheck. And I was like, please wait for me at least a week. And a lot of people think it's easy, and it's like, no, it's a whole.
It's 24/7 all the time.
And it's when you're not prepared to be in business. I started this for a hobby.
Yeah, and now look at it.
And then it's not easy, like especially in the area we are. It's so expensive.
I was literally about to say that. Like, I feel like, well, starting back what you said, like when you first moved to that area, you didn't look like everyone that was in that area.
Nobody was there.
They wanted to push you out when you stood strong and didn't leave.
Today I was talking with some members from the neighborhood, and they're saying like, oh, now we want this and we want that. And I was like,
All of a sudden.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah, they're like
I'm here.
There's like there's businesses
they don't want to hear our voice. I don't want to say nothing bad about nobody.
Of course.
But we work so hard.
Yep.
Sometimes I was not even available to go sleep because I have to come up with the rent. I have to come up with bring the area up and bring the people over here. Now everything is set.
You don't have to do that anymore.
Uriel never got a paycheck for social media from me.
Yeah.
Because he got part of his job working in the shop, but that's not the way it is.
No,
now,
not in the normal world.
Now, through 6 years ago, I got my CPA, and he gave me a lot of advices that I didn't know. He helped me a lot. And sometimes he said, you know what, when you get better, pay him because that is not part of his job. And he made me see things in a different way.
Because now with social media, he's not just doing it because he wants to do it. He's getting rewarded because of the let's say the business that comes from it. So it makes him want to do it more because that's now his job. Because before you were probably doing the job of 5 people, which you still do. Y'all all still do.
10 people now.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and when I started the business, we have 36 vendors inside.
We used to do vendors.
And we used to do everything write it down in the paper, the checks, and all this stuff. And everything, we learn everything organic.
Wow.
Karolina has gone through many different things, many different, it's changed a lot and evolved. So different from when we first started, what we used to sell, what we used to have, just like the whole neighborhood. Because when we got in that neighborhood, there was nothing, Rueben. Blanco Cafe, the bakery that's not there anymore, and then us, and then it was like a junkie store in front that would sell like junk, and there was nothing else. And me and Anthony would lie between our teeth, and when people would be like, "Oh, how's this neighborhood?" We'd be like, "It's up and coming,
right?
It's up and coming,
it
girl.
will at some point, yeah."
And then it did,
yeah.
And then now that it's up and coming, now that it's up, they're
Everybody
like, "Well, you don't really fit here anymore."
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "You're not really."
When you're the ones who built it.
Or when they say something like when you see empty space or someone living, they say, oh, "Now we're gonna what we want here."
Yeah.
We don't want antiques anymore.
They're like, "We don't want any more."
And they're saying like that.
Really?
So talking about people that don't want you around is still going on.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
and it's never gonna stop.
Yeah, and to me, it's like, okay, let me show you what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I think that's the cool part, right? Like or at least that's how I operate. I'm like, please tell me I can't do something.
Exactly.
Please.
Yeah.
That is like to me, it's like, okay, you wanna see?
Yeah. Because if I show you, you're gonna regret that you ever.
And for me, I'm so proud what I've been doing with my family and all involved because we come from nothing.
Yeah.
We don't know nothing about business. We don't have the financial status to come and just get money and open this. We try everything to survive 20 years.
Which is crazy that you... So speaking of surviving, obviously COVID was a huge thing when the pandemic hit. I think y'all told me y'all were just doing everything virtually. Like it was like go live, show what we got, and hopefully you get some orders. Essentially.
And we have customers there so
loyal
and loyal with us. They help us a lot. That was the best years for us.
Yeah, we actually did really good during COVID.
Wow.
Yeah,
because everyone was sharing it and
Well, so what happened was, and should go back to where we used to have the bigger part of the building. And we decided to downsize because we were like, okay, well, we want to travel. We want to do this. So we downsized to just a corner where we are now. A month later, COVID happened. And we were like, thank God that we downsized because we still had to pay rent.
Yeah,
the owners were like, you still have to pay rent.
Which is insane to me, which I get.
And that's when we used to have vendors too. And the vendors were they were like, what do you mean you're still going to charge us rent? You're not even open.
Yeah.
And so they all abandoned us.
Yes.
And so all the rent that we would get from the vendors was gone. And so we were like, well, what are we going to do? And Instagram Live, Facebook Live, we would go live every single day.
Every day.
Ship.
And we have friends that help us in that process too.
Yeah.
Wow. Like that was your job. Wake up, get ready to go live.
We would go to the work and every single day would just go live and sell.
And you were selling you were selling a lot every day, like consistently.
Yes.
Yeah. And
a lot.
And then that's where the antiques got phased out because we couldn't sell that during the live. Yeah. We couldn't buy it because people weren't going to
anywhere.
let you into their houses or
yeah.
anything. So and that's where the antiques got phased out. And then that's when we started we always carried like all the Mexican stuff,
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
jewelry.
That's
it was
a
all
staple.
mixed in there.
Yeah.
So it just kind of took over because of the lives and because of COVID. And then it phased all the antiques out. And that's why when people started coming back after COVID years later, they'd be like, wait, what's going on? Y'all changed everything. And they're like, where's the antiques? We missed the antiques. And she would hear it and she'd be like, well, we need to bring the antiques back.
So
that's how the
evolution of bringing it back happened.
Bring it back,
but in its own space.
And that's when she had to open the other shop for the antiques.
Which was probably hard for you because when people are asking like, oh, where are the antiques? In your mind, you're like, I know. Because that's what it started as, right?
Yeah.
So when did you guys realize, or when did you realize like, oh shit, like Karolina's is a staple? Because it is. And
I remember one day, one of the people that bring stuff from Mexico to us, I was buying all this merch, and he told me, I was telling him, I'm pretty sure you're gonna go and as companies there buy more stuff from you than what I buy, but I'm a small business. And he told me, you're not a small business. And I was like, what do you mean? And he told me, you buy more than big companies. The products you buy in
bigger than the big ones.
Bigger than the big ones. And I was like, what? And he told me, yeah, maybe you don't realize, but I give all this merchandise to...
Yeah, he deals with people all the time.
And it's like, you not a small business.
Wow. And then that's what made you realize.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? People's been telling me all these years, it's not like, we grow up already. We have to face these things.
Yep.
We have to face, we're not small.
You're not a baby company anymore. Yeah.
We're not like, yes, we try, but we do a lot through those years. We work a lot and we deserve better face of this company.
And I think too, it feels like a small business, but it doesn't produce or give anywhere in any facet of the business. It's not small. The money that you're bringing in, the people that shop in your space, the vendors that you use probably
the
see
taxes I pay.
The taxes you pay. Okay, so I kind of want to now go into the family because y'all keep saying that y'all are just so close. It's important to me, especially because I'm a gay man. It's not normal in our culture for a family or a mom and a dad. I don't want to say it's not normal, but I guess in our generation
it's the right word. It's not normal.
It's not normal.
Everything is behind doors.
Yeah, like everyone's hush hush. Everyone's quiet. And I can speak like whenever I came out and my parents found out that I was gay, or I told them I was gay. My dad just didn't talk to me for months and months and months, and I was young. And now looking back, I'm not mad at him for it. I understand he didn't get it and he had to process it. And now whatever, right? He's completely different. But especially because of where you come from and your culture, that speaks volumes. And so when I first met you, I always thought, wow, like Uriel's mom, like she's so chill. Like, has it always been like that? And I'm looking to you because you would be the one that felt more of that hit, you know?
I will say, each child is different.
Okay.
Because I do feel like with me, she was. When I came out, I think I was 16 or 15, and I had just gotten my heart broken from the first guy I was with for like 3 days.
Yeah.
You know,
that's how it goes.
Yeah. And I was crying, and she was like, what's wrong? And then like I told her, and then she was like, I always knew. You were always, you know, a little spicy, a little extra, a little sassy or whatever. But when my brother came out, he had a completely different experience.
Really? Okay.
Like she was like, no, we can't. You just want to do it because your older brother's doing it. That's you had girlfriends. I saw it, you know.
Yeah.
He had to deal with a completely different version of her than I did. So no, it wasn't always easy, you know. She used to be like, no tattoos, no
don't be doing that.
I mean, look at her all tatted up.
Yeah.
And so
calling the kettle.
like everything.
But I never stopped talking to her.
Oh yeah,
like it was always like you never lost the presence and the bond.
Like it was always, you could tell she cared. Like she cared, and it was just like she just processed me a lot easier than she did him. And my stepdad was the one that was like, I don't care.
Such a sweet man. I wish I would have had him come too.
He's raised in different culture.
True.
It's more easy for him. He showed me a lot of the things I know.
Yeah.
And I guess I always say this: God was preparing me for this.
Yeah.
Because I go through steps. I don't get it in the time, and then I was like, oh, maybe God was prepare me the road for me, or I don't know. I believe on God 100%. So I think everything is like it's a process. And like he said, when he told me, I was like, okay, I know. Because I know how he grew up and how he was when he was little. He always want to play with dolls. And I was like,
dress
what's
up.
wrong with you? And but I was not normal either.
Right.
Not normal because in our culture, it's like, no, you play with
boy
you like toys
the boy stuff?
Yeah. And it's like, I don't have brothers.
Yeah.
We just 4 sisters.
Oh, okay.
And my dad used to be like very, very strict with us.
Okay.
So I'm very like, no. Or it's white or it's black. It's not middle.
Yeah.
And when I met my husband, he was more like raised and more free.
He's from here?
Yes.
Okay.
So there was more like, he showed me like, oh, this is not too bad the way you see it now. What do you mean it's not too bad? And I start process a lot of the stuff, and it's like, I guess.
Yeah.
And plus, how are you gonna tell your son no?
Exactly.
That part.
Yeah. How are you gonna?
It's simple though.
Yeah. Really.
Simple. How are you gonna
and but I think we still have, we don't agree on a lot of stuff.
Right.
We still have like, hey, chill.
Don't
get involved with this, and don't get confused and things.
She still has her.
I'm still fighting.
Yeah, she's not negotiable. Like when it comes to like if you're gonna go to church or like something like those things.
Drag for her is a overstepping line.
Okay.
I mean, we would.
Still you're gonna do it no matter what. Y'all are very that.
My brother did it, and she went to the show still. But she was like,
because she's supporting, but she's like inside. She's like, I really wish she wasn't.
Yeah. So like, she still has, and like, I don't want people to be like, you're so lucky your mom is so cool with everything.
No, she's not. It's a process.
But it's also something people need to know that it's not immediate. You have to be patient with them. They have to be patient with you, and it's both of you learning together and both of you respecting each other's, truths and boundaries and everything. And so I think it is important because as much as I know I'm so lucky to have the mom that I have and that she accepts me, I also think it's important for people to know that it wasn't always like that.
Yeah.
So
I never was those moms there. I'm gonna close the doors to you.
Right.
If you have a friend and he needs help, I'm gonna be there. So sometimes I told him, by your friends, I'm gonna cook for them. And Gabby's been in the house for a cookout.
Yeah.
And I like to do things, and I know they need a lot of like support. It's not easy, but I never been that kind of person, like a hate person.
Yeah.
No, they're my kids. I love my kids. To me, they're my kids. Doesn't matter if how they are or whatever. To me, I have 4 kids, and I love them.
And they're all the same.
Yeah,
like they're all the same in your heart.
And everything
basically.
I do through my life, or my like a mother, my number one, they're always been my kids.
Yeah.
And you can ask them, all of them.
Wow.
If I gonna cook, I call my kids. If I gonna do this, I call my kids. We just have a dinner before yesterday, and I told them, you know what, I'm gonna have my first interview. So it's like for me to tell my kids they're so important to me. It's my priority.
Wow. And you said you have 4 sisters.
Yes.
So you
3
have
sisters.
Oh, 3. I'm sorry. 3.
Yeah,
You're
with
4.
me 4.
So they all live over there? They all live back in Mexico?
No, one live in Houston, one live in here in San Antonio, and me in San Antonio, and one in
and one over there. Yeah.
Mexico.
You said a niece? You have a niece over there in Mexico?
My nephew is he was raised like my brother.
Wow.
My little brother.
Okay. So going back to the business, is there, I guess it's not a hard question, but is there anything that you would say like, oh, I will never do that again for Karolina? It's like, you'll never see that again, or we're never going to do that again because either it was too much work, or maybe y'all got any type, maybe feedback back, or hate for it, or whatever the case. Like, is there something in the business that you're just never going to do again?
Me personally, I think I can do everything again because I learn from the bad things. I'm still learning from the bad experience. Actually, I'm going through a really bad experience right now. I can talk about it because it's
like legal or whatever.
Legal.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, this is just like retos, like they're like
Challenges.
okay.
to me. They're all everything. So I gonna do everything the same way
And keep going.
and keep going. I think the only thing I can change is like financial.
Okay.
That way I can go sleep.
And
in
not
peace.
have to worry. Yeah.
I don't have to worry tomorrow.
You speak Spanish?
Yes.
All your children
All
do?
of them.
Good for
All
you.
of them.
I mean, yeah, because
Like,
you don't
No,
practice
no,
it.
no. Pero
okay,
that depends.
okay.
If
Anthony's.
It's probably because he
No.
doesn't try,
Anthony
right?
does good. I think he's
no,
like.
they're all good.
Yeah.
And then my
She loves her kids.
Yeah,
right?
she-
no, it's because they do everything, and that I guess like the little one, he don't spend a lot of time with us in Mexico.
Right.
Like he go start doing a lot of things when he was really young.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's 28, right?
Mhm.
So he was very like with the family, pero he
But
likes
he's independent.
But he is
yeah.
more independent.
Yeah.
And but he speak especially because he works with people. He have to. He
Yeah.
have to. And I always tell them, if you don't speak Spanish, you're losing money.
Yeah, and you're getting left behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you lose your parents? Are either of your parents still alive?
No, my mom and my dad, they're already.
They already passed.
They're not
How
here.
old were you?
How
How old were you when they passed away?
I was like, my dad's like 15
Okay.
years. Like I was like 30 something.
Okay.
Almost 40. And my mom 8 years ago.
Okay. And just out of old age, or how
Yeah.
did you lose them?
Yes,
okay.
old age.
And they both lived in Mexico, or did
Both.
they come here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, my mom used to have the residence. She never want to come and live
Okay.
over here.
And when you first came here, because I have an agent on my team, actually, she was part of DACA. So like she educates me on things that she's had to go through with like getting a social and like all that. Whenever you first came here, how long did it take for you to start a process to get your residency or whatever it was,
They
your first
take
steps?
me like
She didn't want it at first.
15
Really?
years.
She didn't want it.
And the citizen there take me like 30 years.
Yeah, the citizen, because
to
that
me-
wasn't that long ago,
to
no?
me, get
She
my.
just did it, yeah, because she didn't want to do it.
I don't want
She
to
didn't
do
want
it.
to do it.
And why?
Let me tell you why.
Because you would have now you have dual
Because I love-
citizenship
Under the
now.
bus, to throw her under the
Yeah,
bus.
you're like, don't act like
She didn't want it.
really.
I don't want to do it. To me, it's like cheating my country. Like,
Okay. I figured that.
I love Mexico. I'm a Mexican 100%, and I'm so proud to
Which
be a
is not
Mexican.
a story that people talk about enough. I feel like
No.
the story, we're always talking about, they want to come to our country for a better life. Some people just come because they had to, or it was part of their culture, and they really just want to go back.
Mhm.
They don't,
Yes, me-
which is you.
Me, I love my culture, and I always tell my kids, if you forget where I come from, it's because you don't really love me. You really like. I love Mexico, and I'm here because I want to,
Yeah.
not because I have to.
Mhm.
And that is the first time I come over here.
But I think that's also why you've been so successful, because you're not putting that weight on yourself.
No.
You know what I mean? Like you're
No,
not saying,
I
I have
never-
to do this. I have to do
Thank
this.
God I never had the weight in my back to
Right.
say like I have to stay because I never been that kind of person.
hmm
To me, it's like when you do something, when you're forced to do something else, you're not going to be successful.
Yeah.
You're
You
not
have to
gonna
do
be-
what you love.
So to me, when it's my day off, I always like, my husband loves to go over there, so we're planning to go. And sometimes we just go in the evening and get there, and it's 2 hours. So
I was gonna say y'all drive.
Mhm.
Okay.
we drive, and it's like, to me, it's exciting.
hmm
To me, it's like, oh, just sit in the porch, just like bring my memories back.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it's like, no, I don't change nothing.
I think that
I get my citizen because I think it's part of my it's I have to be good going through the rules here.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
It's part of my
It's like
commitment with,
commitment, responsibility. That since you're here,
it's
you're gonna
one
do
of
what you
my
have to do.
responsibilities.
Yeah.
And now I have my citizenship.
Yeah. So now you have dual citizenship
Yeah.
because you're Mexico and here. Wow. You're
I just got
lucky.
all my papers over there.
Wow.
I can vote over there. And I pay taxes over there
Oh,
too.
absolutely. Yeah.
It's not that much I pay here, but
Right. We still get some money.
Big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So let's talk about a little bit more of like behind the scenes with Karolina. So you told me that, you know, the moment you realized that y'all weren't as small as you were, right? But since then y'all been on, I mean, every time I look, you're on Great Day SA. You've been on all the media outlets, and then y'all do the Dia de los Muertos festival. Mm-hmm. Y'all are what, on your third or fifth year doing that? More?
Like 4?
Something like that.
We enjoy so much we don't have track on it.
Yeah, but y'all are like a constant there.
Yeah.
Is there it maybe in the future, or what is the plan for Karolina's? Is it obviously I'm pretty sure it's gonna stay where it's at, right? Mm-hmm. Because I mean, y'all are like the heart of that area, I feel. But is there anything that's coming up as far as, okay, well, you know, we want to venture into having a spot at the Pearl, or do you see that in the future, or for right now is it still staple to where you're at?
I don't.
You don't have a want for that, right? There's no.
It's
okay,
just,
cool. That's good to know.
Like what you said, it's like we're not a small bit, like, but we feel like still. That's what we always want to feel like.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, because people always ask, why don't y'all have a place at the Pearl? Yeah. Why don't you have a place downtown? It's like, it's not us.
Yeah.
My CPA asked me that.
Yeah. We're more like homey, more like mom and pop, and we like that.
Yeah.
And it's just not us. And I don't know. I don't really see it for us in the future. It's just not anything she wants.
Which is good that y'all are not acting on it just because you're supposed to.
Because we're supposed to.
Or you can make more money. I'm sure you would. I'm sure if you had something at the Pearl on the Riverwalk, you would blow up because all the people that come visit. Yeah. Of course you would. Yeah. But that says something that you're not just doing it to make money. I can identify that with, like, people are always like, oh, Rueben, why don't you sell more houses? Why don't you just stay in Stone Oak?
Yeah.
Well, because then the people on the south side, or the people in Converse, or the people, you know, on the west side by UTSA, then who's going to help them?
Yeah.
Because there's already not a lot of us. Yeah. So like for y'all, I can imagine like, well, yeah, but then if we sell out, then what's the next move is someone's going to try to buy our company.
Exactly.
Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you get married to your now husband?
30 years ago.
30 years ago. Wow. So you had to be together 30 years. Yeah. And he raised you and all your siblings.
Uriel was 7 years old. Anthony was 5. And my little one, the girl, was 2 years old.
Do you remember what life was like before him?
A little bit.
Not so much.
A little bit. I do remember.
Vaguely, I'm sure.
Yeah. But like, that's my dad.
And you remember the times when they were starting the business. Do you remember the struggle? Do you remember that as a kid?
I mean, yeah, because she had us with us
all the time.
So like, me and my brother call ourselves flea market babies.
Okay.
We were raised at the flea market because, like she said, my dad was like, I don't want you working, and if you're going to work, it has to be somewhere where you can take the kids with you.
Okay.
We're not leaving the kids with anybody.
Right.
He's like, I don't trust people, and we're not going to trust anybody with our kids. Those are our kids. So that's where she started. Like, she's like, I'm going to sell at the flea market. I mean, my baby brother, I remember he used to have his little bassinet, and I would like be like playing with him at the flea market in his little bassinet in a box or whatever. Or when she would go
under the table,
or she would go get merchandise at yard sales and stuff, and I would be sitting on top of stuff and being like, this is
holding
already taking
it. Yeah, like you can't buy it.
Wow. A little 7-year-old, like, so it was always, that's why I am the way I am. Yeah, it's all, and a lot of the memories are those
centered around the business.
The business.
Wow. But I know you touched on this already, like, because it's just who you are, but and I'm talking about the family dynamic and like being so close. Has there been anything that has pulled the family apart? No. And I figured I knew the answer to that, because I think that's a story to tell for people, for any of you guys watching or listening. It says something. I think it's not normal in the day and age that we live in. Yes. It's very normal for families to pull apart. It's very normal for divorces or separated families or business to separate people.
We still have contact with my old family, like
my
ex-family.
Okay,
my
they never get a
biological dad. They're still like,
really attached.
Like, they come over they hang out with my stepdad.
So you still get to call them your tia and tios or whoever.
Yeah.
I mean, they call my stepdad tio.
Oh, wow.
And
that's awesome.
They're not even related to him.
You really are blessed. I will tell you that. Like, and
Amen.
I mean, and I say that because I truly think that when you do good, you get good. And it's very obvious that you do a lot of good, because all that happens is good. I'm sure there are bad things that happen to you, to all of us, right? That's life. That's just the test, the trials, the tribulations. But it's funny, because as I was planning for the podcast, I was like, oh, I gotta have my notes, and I have notes here, but I'm not even following them because it's just so innate in you, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I was thinking before we started, or weeks leading up, I'm like, oh, what am I going to talk about? Because I felt like I got to know you. How I was at the shop that day.
I think that I see you one time.
Yeah,
before.
and I was at the shop. Maybe we talked like 15, 20 minutes, and then we saw each other again at the Pride River Parade whenever you guys sponsored, 2 years ago? Yeah, last year. But anyway, so when I was thinking about this podcast, I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to dig in, but I already know the story. I already know it all, but I really wanted everyone listening to like hone in. And if anything, if there's anything that people could take away, is that they need to support you guys. And I'm not saying, I don't think that you guys need the support in the sense of like, you always will do well. I'm sure there are peaks and valleys. I'm sure that, maybe during right now, because times are hard for everyone, that maybe sales aren't as high as they could be or used to be.
Yeah.
But what's nice about it is that you can kind of see the tenacity in your family, and y'all are all, no matter what, you're going to fight for what you want. You're going to fight and you're not going to stop. I do want to talk about a little bit, things that are a little bit more like, I guess more deep. Because you live in San Antonio, it's like a melting pot, right? Like, cause you can kind of find places that you feel like you belong, right? Everyone knows like, okay, that neighborhood, that restaurant, and I feel like Karolina's is that place. Maybe on the outside, when you're walking in, you're kind of, this area maybe have a little bit pretentious people or racism or prejudice or whatever. But then you walk into Karolina's and it's like, you feel like you're at your grandma's house, right? Yeah. And I would imagine that was the goal this whole time, to the mom and pop, to the feeling that you get. And when you guys are in the grind of it all, is there ever a thought, and I maybe know the answer to this, but is there ever a thought of like, what comes after Karolina's? Is there ever a thought that there will be one day when you don't own it, or is for the foreseeable future you're like, yeah, well, this will ever always be in our family, whether it be you pass it to your children or your cousins?
Actually, my nieces, right? Okay, the eldest one, her name is Arya Karolina. Okay, and she walks in and this is my store. Oh, it has my name on it. And they come and they all sit there and they'll greet customers. Sometimes it's when it's slow, because sometimes when it's busy, it's crazy. But they'll be like, "Hi, welcome to Karolina." I mean, it's theirs.
Wow.
I mean, at least that's what I see in the future, is that it's going to be theirs, and they're going to keep it going. And my eldest niece, she's how old is Arya? 7?
7.
Oh, wow, she's young.
Yeah, so she's was talking about what her first job was going to be, and I was like, your first job's going to be at Karolina's? I know, Titi, you're right. That is going to be my first job. And I'm like, that's theirs. It's theirs. Hopefully, I mean, it's going to be because again, what we want is always to keep it homey and family, mom and pop. And I mean, I don't think there's ever. I think
we're just gonna go with the process. If I saw for us to be in another place, we're gonna be there. If we're very like, we like to fight and do our ideas, bring our ideas come true. So I think wherever we go, we're gonna be good. Yeah, and we're gonna make Karolina's like always
a thing. Yeah. What was your dream when you were a little girl? What I don't know if this was your dream, and it's okay if it wasn't, but like, did you have a dream?
Now my dream.
What was it?
Be a lawyer.
Okay.
She likes to fight.
Yeah,
I like to fight. Yeah, I don't like people they banish other people.
Yeah.
So I'm still, sometimes I talk and I'm like, oh shit, I can do better if I was a lawyer. But my dream, I'm so proud of Karolina's because that involved my family. Yeah, I'm still lucky to have my family around me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think this is my dream. I mean, this
became your dream.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Wow. Because I enjoyed this. Every time I feel like down or for some reason I'm a normal person.
Yeah,
so
you have a bad day.
I just walk in the shop and I like
come alive.
Shit. I have to be ready for this. And it's things like they give me life.
Wow. That's cool. That's cool, because I think that, like, right, everyone talks about like the American dream, or like, or even not even just that. Like, I mean, we all have dreams and aspirations, right? Like, this was one of mine, right? Like, I wanted to have a space to invite people and talk, and like, that wasn't always my dream. I thought my dream was I'm gonna be like the next Ryan Seacrest. But like, I have to be realistic here, right? So like,
but it's good to dream.
But you exactly, and like, I think because you had the dream of being a lawyer, that there are things that happen in your life, to your point, testing you and preparing you, because your life's not over. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
never know what's going to be offered to you when that time comes, right?
Yeah.
And to your point, I think you just kind of go with the flow,
Mhm.
right? Okay, so let's talk a little bit less, just pull away from Carolina's, because I think that the world needs to also know what the rest of your family does. So speaking of, right, you are a content creator. Gabby did tell me that she doesn't like to be called an influencer because there's some negative connotation there, right?
Yeah.
So as far as a content creator, is it weird for you to now, because Carolina's was always kind of active, but now he has this whole brand and you're seeing that expand. So like, is that weird for you to be out and people are like, oh my God, Huntysaurus? Or you're used to it now?
She loves it.
Okay.
She likes
You
it.
like that.
It's because
you're a
when I
proud mom.
used to, when he was little, everybody liked to come and talk to me, and I was always like, hi. So now it's backwards.
It's backwards.
Yeah. So now it's weird. Like now they come to talk to him, and he say to hi to everybody knows him, and he used to live that with me.
Yeah, because everybody knew, like, because of the business, everybody knew
she was the star.
So she still is.
Yeah,
the star.
right.
But
she's the original.
But she loves it, and then people sometimes will be like, "Mama Hunty," and she's like, "Okay." She loves it.
And
she likes when they send her PR. Send her PR.
Really?
Yes.
You're like, yeah, freestyle.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I'm here.
And your husband as well, because I feel like, and if he's watching, I'm so sorry, but my brain gravitates to you just because I've known you, and like you were the first, I would say, of the family, right, to start this brand, right?
Yeah.
Of your own.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think I started it before I helped grow Karolina's with theirs, but I pretty much started together. Yeah. Because sometimes I'll look and I'm like, I can't believe I like built up these followings on two, not just one, but two platforms.
Pages,
and it's crazy. But yeah, I just started when Instagram started, I guess, and I just would post my Disney stuff and people liked it, and then I was like, I'm just gonna be posting, and it was so natural.
Yeah, because you love it.
Yeah, it was never like I have to, what it is now, where it's like I have to post or whatever, where it feels like a job. But yeah, it just kind of just started like on its own, like she said, went with the flow, and I just did it and posted, and people.
And when did you realize that, like, oh shit, people know him?
He always been like
a very
popular.
social,
and
popular person,
when he was in school, everybody wanna be around him, and he was always
Edison.
I knew that.
And even when he started school, they wanna be around him. He always like got the attention for people. So that was not new to me, and I'm so proud of all of them because when I'm out with him, we love to hang together. No, not anymore. He don't hang around with me anymore.
He's too cool.
But he's too cool now. And it's like, and I'm more busy now with the girls and other stuff. But we used to go everywhere together, and everybody like, hi, Hunty, hey, mom, and like Gabby right now. And it's like, it's not surprising to me. He's like that. And now it's
and then Anthony, he has a following as well. I recently stumbled upon his page just through For You on TikTok, and I'm like, oh shit, like he's actually on his way now. Like,
well, because that boy has personality. Let me tell you, like, so much.
He does, because you're a little bit, you're not shy, but like you elevate yourself on camera. I think we all do that. But
I'm more. He's even more introverted than I am, but he has a lot of personality. But yeah, I always tell people, I'm like, I'm a little more, it takes me a minute to like let loose. But I always tell him, like, you need to post more, you need to post. But it's because he has his own business. He makes his own things. And so,
which y'all are, he's technically like a vendor of Carolina's, right? Yeah.
And so he now he has to put it on. So he has to put on the social media to promote himself and his business, and he's getting better at it. I'm trying to help him.
We have to be pushing him and pushing him.
because it's not in his comfort zone.
It takes a lot out of him.
He has no filter too, so it's like. But people
Anthony.
like that. But people like that, and I tell him, like,
there's a lane for that.
People like that. Yeah, you have no filter.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. So, okay. So we have like about 5-10 minutes left, and I kind of want to talk about, before we wrap up, there's a segment that I like to do in the podcast that you're both going to take part in. I do it for every guest. Some people get emotional, some people don't, right? But specifically, before we get to that one, I want to speak to, if there are people that are watching this, that are in your shoes, that are maybe from Mexico, maybe from Cuba, wherever, just not from here originally. And they stumble upon this podcast and they're listening to your story and you're giving them the hope that they needed to start what they wanted to start. What would you tell them? What would you tell them to do? What would your advice be to them?
Follow your dreams and yes, do what you like to do. Don't feel like you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like everything. And nowadays it's more like opportunities out there with social media.
Yep.
Oh, I wish I have social media
back then. Can you imagine?
And there's a lot of information now. It's what I can tell you. Everything is out there, but don't be like afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Be yourself and keep going. And if someone tell you no, you can do it, tell them, believe me, I'm gonna do it. So it's like believe in yourself.
Yeah. And for you, Uriel, the same question, but because you're a son or a child of someone that has a very strong moral compass, if you will, what would, I'm sure there are so many people our generation that see our parents have a gift or have a passion. What would you tell them? I'm sure you've navigated trying to encourage, even though it doesn't seem like she needs much encouragement. I'm sure there are times she needs it.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say to any maybe, first generation child that's like, okay, like how would you push them along to help the generation above them?
I definitely feel like your parents are your first, like, number one biggest fan. And as the eldest child, you become theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you should always cheer them on and help them believe in who they are because they did it for you. It's like, I don't want to say it's the least you can do, right? Yeah. Because it sounds kind of harsh, but literally the least you can do is support them. They couldn't follow their dreams possibly because they were raising you. And now that they can, you need to hold their hand and take them forward and be there for them.
Because they won't be here forever.
Yeah, they won't be here forever, and they still have plenty of time to fulfill those dreams or fulfill new ones that they have discovered.
Yep. Like being a lawyer.
Yeah. And she could still do it. And I'm always going to be her number one fan, her number one supporter. And we're always going to stand on business for her. So, and that's what you should do for your parents too.
Yes, good. Okay. So this is the segment that I like to do. So when I teach even real estate classes, when I'm talking to people, I've talked about it on socials before. My why and my mission statement with my personal business with real estate was that I was going to use real estate as a vessel to inspire people, whether that be to buy a house or to follow their dreams. I don't care, but I'm going to use what I have, my superpower in my heart to do that, right? And that stems from because when I was little Rueben didn't have someone to look and say like, that's me, right? Mm-hmm. Little Rueben didn't have that. And so now everything I do, every step I take is for little Rueben because he didn't have that, right? So that the way I want to end, and this is the little segment that I was talking about, is what would you tell you when you were little? You can look at the camera, you can close your eyes, you can talk to me, you can talk to Uriel, but what would you tell her? What would you tell little you to help her throughout her life? What would you tell her knowing all the things you know now?
I guess it's like I always been doing whatever I want to do. So it's nothing and specific, but love myself more.
Okay.
And be more like, I've always been me. I've always been doing whatever I want. I like to break models. I like to break rules.
Yeah.
I mean, that is me.
Yeah.
I don't like to people tell me what I can or what I can't do. So I do whatever I want. Of course, respecting others all the time. But I think it's like...
But you said loving yourself.
Yeah. Love yourself. Be yourself. Do whatever you feel like you have to do it.
Okay, now I want you to say it in Spanish for the people that need to hear it in Spanish, because I know you're more comfortable in Spanish.
Ser yo, ser tú, lo que tú quieras hacer, no te detengas para nada y don't follow rules.
Good for you.
No sigas, quiebra las reglas que están allá afuera. Siempre respetes a los demás.
What she said. So now your turn, Uriel. What would you tell, and again, you can look at me, you can look at your mom, you can look at the camera, whatever. What would you tell baby Uriel that was trucking through life trying to figure it out? Well, all that you know now, what would you tell him?
You have always been your full authentic self, and you're lucky enough to have your parents, your mom, who let you be your full authentic self since you were little. So it would just be like, continue doing that, because it's going to take you places you would never even think of, and you're going to meet so many people that love you for being your authentic self. So just keep doing that. Just keep being you and fully you. You know, that's what I would tell myself.
Nice. I really do that because I think it helps. I was just talking to Gabby in the episode before that when you do that, you're talking to yourself and you start to think like, shit, I've come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like I've done a lot. So when it's almost like an exercise of feeling like, damn, I really deserve what I'm living right now. So
definitely.
I really, again, I can't express any more that I'm happy that this was your first time. And I'm sure that the next ones that are going to come are going to be even better, because you're going to learn and you're learning who you are and how you want to speak. But I can tell that you have a lot to say. And I'm so happy that you guys came, because this was one of the episodes that I needed to have on the show for myself, but more for you guys. And you'll always have, why am I getting emotional? You'll always have a place here, because I truly, anytime I can, I'm talking about Karolina's. And there are times when people are like, I've never been there. I'm like, please go. But because I know your story. And I think that because I know your story, obviously I knew who your kids were.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing your story just drew me to your store. No, I will not shop at any other place that offers the same things that you do for what, right?
Yeah.
So I really am happy you guys came, and I want to have you back again and again and again, as long as this show will stay on. Yeah. But I will let you guys go. Thank you guys for listening and watching. If you are watching on YouTube, you can stream us on your way to work, on Apple Music, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. We'll be all over the place. Please follow Karolina's Antiques on socials, the Huntysaurus. Everything will be in the description. And until next time, we'll see y'all later.
Rueben.
Bye, guys.
Bye.